We have just begun our journey to the Arctic to start the Pan-American Highway. The first leg of this epic journey starts with a 16-hour ferry ride from Port Hardy to Prince Rupert, British Columbia. From there, we venture into the unknown depths of northern BC. Ride along with us as we embark on our most epic mission to date that will test us, our van, and our resolve to its limits as we attempt to make it to a secluded mountain lake considered inaccessible by two-wheel drive vehicle. We're the slow roamers. Let's roam. It's 7:30 in the morning in Port Hardy, and we're loading up onto the Northern Expedition, the boat that will ferry us and our van 16 hours north to Prince Rupert.
Close her up for the next 16 hours?
No. I'm so sad.
I know. Alright, let's go. Just these right here, better foundations.
The Northern Expedition is responsible for servicing the Port Hardy, Bella Bella, and Prince Rupert terminals and travels 274 nautical miles in both directions. Its route travels through BC's Inside Passage, a long and narrow waterway that snakes itself through the maze of islands along the coast. At times, the passage narrows to only a few hundred feet in width. As we travel north, we pass a number of indigenous settlements, at which point BC Ferries does a short historical broadcast over the intercom, educating passengers on the various tribes that inhabit the area. Along with us on this sailing were my parents as they head north to Haida Gwaii. When we left booking the ferry until too late, we were put on a waiting list. When we received confirmation that we had a spot, it so happened to be on the very same ferry as my parents. Having them along was a welcome coincidence. We both relished the opportunity to witness this remote and boat access only part of British Columbia. BC is a massive province, Canada's third largest, and, for those Americans watching, is 1.5 times the size of Texas. Something that struck us both as we traveled north, looking out upon the mountains, was that we, for probably the first time, were looking at completely wild forest, untouched by logging. As British Columbians, the sight of cut blocks is commonplace, and we think nothing of it. The reverse of that is actually quite astounding. Possibly the best portion of this voyage is the long, narrow stretch of waterway extending from Hartley Bay to Merrick Island. The mountains are really close, and if you hit it at sunset, the colors become super vibrant. It's surprising how quickly 16 hours will go by. I've never been on a cruise ship before, but after this trip, I think I know all I need to. We were feeling cooped up and glad to be arriving in port to disembark. Arriving at 12 a.m. in Prince Rupert, we made quick work of finding a place to sleep for the night. The next morning, we bid my parents farewell and made a break for the mountains. We traveled inland along the Skeena River, a massive freshwater river that looks more like an ocean inlet. It didn't take long for us to sniff out another back road to start exploring.
Landslide warning. A good man scoping our camp spots.
The The fact that we are now up north is not just known, we can feel it. There is a magic about this place that is indescribable, and one needs to come here to truly understand.
Welcome to Bugland.
Thanks.
Bugland. Meg is really struggling right now. We both did not get very good sleep last night because the no-see-ums can apparently crawl right through our bug screen. And as soon as you feel them and you know they're biting, your skin just starts to crawl and you can't get away from it.
Don't kill me right now.
She's not having a great morning. Our first spot was only a one-night stop-off, so we pressed on the next morning towards what we were really after, a unicorn camp spot that we only knew existed and roughly how to get there, and it would take everything we had to make it there. We made a short stop in the town of Terrace to refuel and restock on food before once again turning off Highway 16 onto gravel.
First air down.
30 psi split, 25 on the front and 30 on the back. Because we want optimal traction and shock absorption.
Traction and shock absorption.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can see here, but the bug bite saga has well and truly begun. I am absolutely covered, and they're not even mosquitoes. It was no-see-um bites that get through our screens.
Our route along the Copper Mountain River led us straight into the mountains, and soon we were seeing snow-capped peaks poking through the trees.
Cheers.
So what have we got here, love?
We've got tofu and black bean burrito bowls. Shredded tofu
But
and
they're on
black beans.
plates.
Yeah, because we don't have bowls big enough to accommodate the size of burrito bowl we need after skipping lunch.
Okay, that makes sense. Looks really delicious, though.
Yeah.
The next morning, as we pressed into the mountains, our eyes would be treated to an absolute feast. I'll reiterate the fact that we know this place existed and roughly how to get there. I mapped the route on GPS, but aside from that, I had little else to go on. I knew of 2 previous YouTubers that had done the trail, one with a 4-wheel drive and one with a 2-wheel drive. Chrome, of Van City Van Life, attempted this trek in his van, however, was turned around, and Foresty Forest drove the trail from the other direction. I had little else to go on, aside from the knowledge that all the snow had melted, and someone in a 4-wheel drive had completed it the week before.
My gosh, that is absolutely incredible. So beautiful. We are currently parked beside a glacier-fed creek, so that means we're going to fill up our water, because when you get a chance to fill up with glacier-fed water, you fill up. I'll let you guys in on a little secret. It's actually kokanee.
And the worst joke of the day goes to...
Hell chicks! Thank you very much. balcony in its purest form.
So, I made some natural bug spray with essential oils, witch hazel, alcohol, and it seems to be working pretty well. And it smells really good, so this is a win. I've only gotten one mosquito bite in this mosquito infested place.
It's the Megan Bug Bite Chronicles. Aha! See? Oh yeah!
This thing, best purchase ever.
As we progressed, the trail became increasingly more rugged, and with it, so did the views. At this point, our eyes were bulging and minds exploding. I couldn't believe that I was accessing a place like this in a 8,700-pound two-wheel drive van.
Oh, it's so good to be back in BC. So good to be back in the mountains.
However, my exuberance was short-lived, and we soon came up against our first real obstacle, the same place Chrome was turned around. At this point, we were so far in, and from what I could judge from inside the van, we had a chance. So as the saying goes, when in doubt, throttle out. Turns out, with a bit of momentum, good wheel placement, and a lot of dumb luck, you can actually make it up a lot. We climbed that hill, and boy, was I ever glad we kept on pushing.
This is a different story. I'm gonna go hike this just to see how steep this incline is, because this is like right at the upper limit of what we are capable of. Well, it appears as if this is kind of like the last section, this big huge rock slide. I think if I make it up that steep incline over there, that the rest should be relatively straightforward. So I think we're gonna go for it.
As I hiked back down to the van, I did my best to clear the path of any major rocks that might bend a rim or cause further issues. After a better look at a larger obstacle lower down, I found a line I could take. If I could get past that, the rest of the incline would likely be doable. I backed up to get a little bit of a run, and then pinned it. Unfortunately, I didn't quite have enough momentum to make it past the first obstacle. At some point, I'd need to make a choice to turn around if our transmission didn't have enough grab to get us up and over the hill. So I decided to give it one more try. There it is, the big rock I needed to pass. If only I can keep momentum, I might have a chance. I can feel the momentum bleed away. My foot is on the floor at this point, but the van continues to pull up the hill.
You sweating?
got a bunch of stupidity, a V8 engine, and a whole bunch of traction. That's what you get right there, folks. Oh my gosh, that was so steep.
She just cruised on up.
I know.
When you were going past me, that steep section, the back tires spit out so many huge rocks.
Yeah.
And they all just flew past my ankles. It was great.
I'm very thankful for that. Woo! Now we got some rock crawling to do.
Oh, great.
Oddly enough, this is the easy part. With the van's clearance, locker, short wheelbase, and sharp turning radius, short and small applications of throttle had us through these rock gardens relatively easy. By nature, I'm what you call a hopeful pessimist. However, seemingly when I'm on the trail, I turn into a total optimist. It's always, we're almost there, and we have a short distance left. In the case of this trail, I was right, but distance had nothing to do with it. It's what was in the way that we didn't expect.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Just a few branches.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Someone needs to come through here with a chainsaw. This is fun.
Is it?
This is fun. An adventure.
Who are you convincing?
Myself. I want to.
There were a small number of small rock gardens like this that slowed our progress. Not to mention the tight tree tunnels that threatened to rip off our awning and peel the paint right off the body of the van.
Not having fun anymore. This is me not having fun anymore. And at last we arrived at the final boss. A small rockfall had deposited some large boulders in the middle of the road. It was clear that some side-by-sides and smaller 4x4 traffic had made it through, but with our width and height, we'd need to do some landscaping to pass.
This is some type 2 fun that I did not sign up for. See if we can winch this puppy out of the way. It's gonna come off.
Of course, this was the plan.
At least we have a winch.
On all my pickups, the first mod I always do is put rock sliders on. I never thought I'd be rock crawling with the van and opted to save weight instead of putting protection over the rockers.
Yep.
Am I regretting that decision now? Maybe.
You might be stuck on your passenger side. I don't know. You're going right for that spiky bit.
I'm like so close to that rocker panel. I don't want to bust it up.
You mean this rusty ass thing?
Yeah, Betty's got a little bit of cancer apparently. Wish she didn't, but she does.
The back swing out's still open, eh?
I must have forgotten about that.
It's fine. It held.
Alright. It's off-road ready.
6 inches? You got rooms? Straighten out. Okay, wheels this way. All right, new development. We've gone approximately 10 meters down the road. Nearly fell down a cliff. And now we're gonna try and winch this huge rock because Betty's too fat.
Too fat.
Betty too fat.
Fat shaming Betty again?
Yeah. Probably good. Good now. Hey? All right.
Oh, just one less strap, one less other strap,
Two straps down.
two straps down, and we're almost finished the trail. So
What we gained from this experience was, yes, an epic camp spot to sleep for a night, but also a sense of accomplishment, a strengthened relationship, and a memory that will last us a lifetime. That's what makes it all worth it. After 6 hours on the trail, there was nothing else to do but crack a beer and enjoy the view. And what a view.
well, this is our spot for the night. It ain't bad. Took a lot to get here. Over here.
But our adventure is not over yet. Right, babe?
Ah!
We've got a pretty significant water crossing ahead of us.
It's pretty shallow. I think we'll be okay.
Good. Wait, do you want to say that again, Meg?
This campsite makes a very good case for us moving to Smithers. Come on. What the heck?